Speaking of jobs that went too long, hello everybody at Facebook. Oh God. All
Yeah, that
right.
was loud.
Hello.
Man.
Wow, that was weird. Hey everybody in Facebook Live land. We are the Podguyz to live as we do every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso. Let's spark it.
And Sparky's big board says hi right there for our non-viewing audience. Sparky is not much of a talker, but he is our artiste on demand. He will draw what we are talking about, and I will try, and Tony will try to describe for our non-viewing audience exactly what he is putting together there.
Davidson in such prolific detail. You will hear the colors. You will see the music. You will feel his soul being painted across the board like a wizard.
Yes, because we know wizards were known for their painting skills more than anything ever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Guys, today we are joined by a fourth square. We have a mogul on the screen. He is a social media influencer. He is a very, very nice guy. You may know him as Davidson Hang, but we call him Davidson Hang. Welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. It's gonna be a good time. Love the energy. Been laughing a lot already, and yeah, I think this is gonna be a good time.
I hope you have your seatbelt strapped in, fine sir, because you are on the ride of your young life.
Oh, now, Davidson, how old are you?
I'm 36.
36? Tony, he's not young. What are you, fucked up? Jesus Christ.
He looks like he's 12.
We're talking before the show, everybody. We're talking before the show, and Tony's like, well, you're young. And I'm like, this guy's in his 20s. And he's like,
but he went to college at 14.
Oh, you went to college when you were 14?
I wish. I almost failed out of college. I was a pretty bad student.
Wait a second. What college was it that you almost failed out of?
I went to Rutgers.
Okay, you know what? That's a good college to almost fail. If people almost fail out of community college, and you're like, "Whoa, man, something the fuck happened there," you know?
Yeah, too much partying. I did the 5-year plan, which was a lot of partying, a lot of good times.
5-year plan for an associate's degree is very, very too much partying. You know, it was either my associate's degree or more heroin. Who could have thought I could have had both? Like, dude. This is not helping your interview right now at Burger King. But Davidson, you've had a lot of jobs, haven't you?
Yeah, in my lifetime, I've had 30 different jobs so far. If you include internships and just like odd jobs and random side hustles and things like that.
Was a male exotic dancer on that list?
No, I wish.
Nope, never.
Wish.
All right. Sorry. Are you married, single?
I'm married, 3 years now.
Excellent job.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely
just beautiful. How was the moment made? How was it? Like, what did you do?
So we met at a college bar, actually, at Rutgers, a place called Stuff Your Face, and she claims it was love at first sight. So that's what happened.
Wow. She was just like, oh, that baby face. That great smile, always got head of hair on him. Oh,
so how did the pickup line happen though? Did you have to go up to her and say, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" Or, "Hey, can I do your homework for free?" or something like that? Like what?
It was through a mutual friend. It was a mutual friend, and it's one of those like opposites attract type of thing where she was very, reserved, and I was like a party animal. I was like always trying to get attention, sort of like the life of the party, and she was more like shy, and it was like she hasn't really like been to too many parties, right? So she was like, oh, this guy's interesting, like, let's see what this is about. And probably many regrets later, now we're married and we have a house together and all that good stuff.
You know, it's a happy marriage. There's nothing secretively going. Is that a real background, by the way? That can't be a real background. Is that really your house?
Yeah, that's some of the books I published and some of my favorite authors.
Well, we're gonna talk about those books, actually.
Yeah.
I know you're a what, eight-time writer right now, I
I
believe,
have
right?
four published and I have one on the way.
Oh,
But
okay,
yes,
okay.
the goal is to have hopefully many more than
Well,
eight
Tony
books.
was kind of right because I'm guessing those weren't the first draft. So 4 times 2, that's 8, right?
That's a fair estimate.
Yeah.
Touche.
But tell us a little bit about your books. What are they about? What kind of creative juices got you in the writing mood?
Yeah, the last book I just published was called Unapologetically ENFP, which ENFPs are campaigners in the Myers-Briggs type assessor. And I created that book because I was like, all right, how do we have more fun in life? Because I feel like we're taking ourselves a little bit too seriously nowadays. And I mean, you guys definitely know how to have fun based on our very limited interactions, but it seems like you guys know how to have fun. And
We
I
do
was
okay
always
from
known as
time
the
to
fun
time.
guy in corporate. So that's always been a good thing to be known as the fun guy.
Were you the fun police, and they were just like, oh, we need to get Davidson in on this. I know he's gonna knock it out of the park. I'm trying to think of all the corporate snafu that they
Oh,
would throw
corporate
at you.
snafus, Tony. Here's one for you.
Yeah.
How, Davidson, how many appreciation weeks are there in corporate America? What the
Ooh.
fuck? Appreciation weeks? By the way, all of these appreciation weeks have 0 raises attached to them.
And how much of them end in pizza?
How, yeah.
Touche,
Son of a bitches.
man. I
They're
feel
just like-
guilty because I was always the one planning those holiday parties and those appreciation week stuff.
I believe that.
Did you look into the I'm dead inside eyes of the people you were giving the speeches to every now and then and feel somewhat guilty? Like,
they're like, no corporate bonuses this week, but we got Jello pudding pops.
guys, everybody hit and met their goals and exceeded expectations. So we're going to give you our version of a cryptocurrency that's going to go bankrupt probably in a week.
An NFT.
We're going to call them banana bucks because we figured you're going to go bananas for banana bucks. Anyway, you can spend this on a list of stuff that we found in the lost and found department. And, we're just going to redistribute that bullshit throughout the company for your hard work. And this is our way of saying fuck you in the nicest way possible. So go fuck yourself, and hopefully you have fun wasting your lives with this company. We're all going to make more money than you will, and you're going to die trying, wondering how the hell we got this high up.
I know, especially for even the company that I work for, they've increased their numbers as far as percentages over time. So they'll always hit you with a cap. They'll hit you with like a 10 or 15% up mark every year, where they want you to hit a goal. And they're like, ooh, that's an easy goal. And then they're like, mid-year, they'll hit you with a 20%er, and they'll be like, oh, 10 to 15 was just it was a test goal.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy, goals weren't met, which means we have to do some training. Isn't that fun? It's like, dude, how do you know that the world we're not living in isn't fucking broke? Like the surrounding area just didn't go broke. So, Davidson, when you have to coach somebody in life and their mental state is already cashed out, what is the one thing you can do for yourself to either try your best to inspire them, or you have to mentally take them to the side and say, listen, you should give up, okay? Because there's no coming back from where you're at.
Solid question, by the way. Very solid question.
Yeah. Well, as someone who has left jobs, habitual job hopper, I guess you would say, I always say, hey, leave for somewhere that will pay you 30,000 more. And usually that's worked well for most of my clients.
Okay.
Fair.
All right. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. And do they have to write that on the application? Like, I'm wanting to work here for $30,000 more money.
Now, see, there's a catch in there. There's a catch in there, and I'm gonna get to that catch as soon as we get over to Sparky's picture. Sparky, what do you got behind the ye old whiteboard?
Oh my God! It says, when Davidson is firing people in the corporate world. Hey, you got a minute? Oh, not. The Hangman.
That's great. I love
The
that.
Hangman. They're calling you.
That's-
Sparky thinks that your nickname should be the Hangman. Now, that's a pretty sweet assassin's
pretty
name to
solid.
fire.
Yeah.
That's badass. Yeah.
That's really
I'll
good.
take it. I'll take
You
it.
think that are you gonna refer to yourself as David the Hangman? You know.
I think I'm
You know
too
what?
nice.
That's the thing, though. If you were like an assisted
You need to be
suicide
more
guy, you
ruthless.
would be like a hangman.
I do need
like,
to
I'm
be
gonna
more
coach you
ruthless.
through this suicide, no problem. What you gonna want to do? You know, so that way we have no attempt. You know, for euthanasia effects, you could be the next Dr. Kevorkian without the doctorate, just the enthusiasm behind their depression. Like, come on, do it.
I mean, it's a pretty badass sounding nickname. I'll take it.
The
Let's see how it
Hangman.
goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Davidson will be out on the basketball court and he'll be like, "Hangman in the house."
So Davidson, where are
Choking on
you
people.
from? Are you from the States side, East side, West Coast,
Philly.
West Coast, East Coast, Philly?
Yeah, I grew up near Philly. I live in North Brun, like near Rutgers, like North Brunswick, which is like an hour to New York, an hour to Philly.
See, it's right around the corner. We're from Northeast Pennsylvania as well.
Oh, nice.
Scranton, Wilkes-Barre area. So
We are from what
Ah.
you would call the welfare overfill zone. So when welfare overfills, they ship them on over here, and they fucking once they realize, oh crap, we ran out of
I
house.
thought our area was called Mountain Dump a lot.
Yeah, they dump off the people here, and you know that's why people
Well, they dump off their people and their garbage. That's the big things.
That's why a lot of people here that are somewhat that work and all that nice stuff have been resonating with what Donald Trump had to say, even though it was such vague connotations. It was just like, we want all the bad people. They send us all the bad people, and you're like, okay, keep going, sir. And we want the good people. Uh-huh. Okay.
I learned
I think
something
we
new
have
today.
more. We have
Because
more
we never win
bars.
anymore.
We have more bars and more more garbage dumps per capita than people.
Oh, it's good to know. Good to know.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
wondering where all the
nice.
trash went.
I know. It's right in our backyards. It's great.
Right here. All right here. Now so you're from the Rutgers area. Did you go to Rutgers? You went to Rutgers College too?
Yeah, Rutgers University.
There
Oh no,
we
Rutgers.
go.
Well, Rutgers College, I guess, is the main campus. I wasn't good enough to get to the main campus. I went to
Boo.
the School of Environmental and Biological Sciences. We used to be called Cook College.
Okay. Yet another thing Captain Cook wanted to throw his name on. What a bastard.
That's true.
Son of a bitch.
So tell us a little more about your books. I know you said the first one, of course. What about your second book?
Yeah. So the other one was called Redefining Masculinity.
Ooh.
So yeah, it was
How to
a
be
lot of
more manly and with your manliness.
it was a lot of different stories about a lot of different types of guys that have gone through a lot of different things. So everything from like what it's like to be like biracial, bisexual, like a grandpa traveling the world, playing in a band, all these different stories. But yeah, it was cool. Like that was a really good book that helped me create my men's group. So that's been really rewarding. And I did that for like 4 years, and it finally just ended. Like it's run
Little
its course
shout
after
out.
4 years.
Shout out.
Are we doing a shout out to
shout out to the men's group? You know, get it out there.
yeah, shout out
Oh,
to the men's group. You know, the now being that we're so gender influenced anymore, and everywhere that we go, women have their groups, LGBTQ has their groups. When a men's group gets together, it always resembles a hate group. There's always the stigma where they're like, a men's group, okay, you're all racist. You know, it always has that feel to the idea. Or if you're in a men's group, you're either a big pussy or anti-woman or secretly gay.
Tell us a little bit
feel
about your
those
men's group.
stereotypes there, Davidson? I'm picking them. You know.
I didn't know that was the stereotype.
Well, those are all of them. They are all of them.
That's all of them.
I would say ours was like a space to like process. Like, you know, we were all like beat as we all had daddy issues, you know, so we created that space just to like process
All right,
like everything from.
wait, we're rewinding. Tell us about your daddy issues, Davidson.
Yes, we're here for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we're gonna listen. We are just guys in a room just talking.
You tell
back.
me a story about your
just
dad,
talking
I'll tell
back
you a
and
story
forth.
about my dad, and we're not gonna. It's not gonna be turning into a pissing competition.
No,
but,
no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, long story short, my dad used to beat me, but his dad beat his ass, and like as a refugee come like in Vietnam, like it was like kind of what everyone did, so my dad was a very unfaithful. I guess he was a sort of a playboy, had like multiple mistresses, and he yeah, my dad was one out of 14 kids, so that was not.
Holy Lord, that's a lot of kids.
Yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. So that wasn't by choice from what I hear from what my aunts tell me. So
Yeah, because if there was a choice about it, there'd be a couple of half of them would be aborted. Like, Lord, that is a lot of kids, though.
yeah, yeah. So as you can imagine, a lot of drama. When you have that many siblings, a lot of drama comes with it.
Yeah, no, it's
I had a shitty father figure as well. From the small amount of time that I've actually heard things about him, he was out robbing banks and in
Oh
stores,
wow.
and he was known as the nice guy bandit, though. Yeah, he used to say thank you and please before he
Really?
took your money.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah,
crazy actually.
yeah, it's all about how you portray yourself. He could be a nice scumbag at some point in time.
That's wild.
Yeah. No, my dad
Kevin?
has won the Tour de France 7 times in a row. Wait, never. That's Lance Armstrong.
Oh yeah.
I always
He
get them
doesn't even have
mixed up.
balls.
That's
God,
funny.
every time. No, my dad used to take out the frustration on us children because people would mispronounce his first name, Byard, so many times. So he would get so angry about that. He'd be like, my mom was manipulative to the point where we were good kids, but as soon as he got home, she was like, "Oh boy, you don't even know what these kids did." And we're like, "What? We've been here all day. What are you talking about?" He'd be like, he's left-handed, so he'd throw out his left hand, and she'd start massaging his left hand and pumping him up and saying, "The one called me a dirty cunt." And we're just like, "Yo, dude, that did not happen." And he's like, I gotta get back in there.
Put me back in the ring. Put me back in the ring, coach.
She would turn on Rocky just to get him pumped up, like, and he's like, "All right, where are they? I know they're hiding. And just
Damn,
go
that's
after us
crazy.
one at a time." That's why scary movies really didn't get to us too much, because we're like, "Oh man, why'd you go upstairs? We know not to do that now."
Yeah.
So I'm pretty lucky then, actually. Like after hearing that, that sounds pretty crazy.
Well, that was like an everyday thing, and it turned into an endurance test. It turned into the, like, where people are saying to themselves, "Wow, isn't that great? You got your own place, you got out of the house." It's like, you have to get out of that situation. This is why you
Yeah, I
work
hear
from
you.
the age of 13 onwards, to save up and hide money, so that way you can have a landlord rip you off just for a little slice of peace of mind, knowing that you're not going to have anything to do with that. But now, my dad actually did the right thing when he realized his sons were not going to be immediate athletes. We were pretty good at sports. We were not going to be on that next push. The next thing he did was find a family that had a friend of theirs that was a black boyfriend, and he adopted that kid and tried to push him through different agencies in college. That, I wish, was a joke, because it sounds hilarious, but it really did happen.
That's crazy.
So at this, well, no, it's not crazy if you want to just steal people's money that you did nothing for besides just adopt them and stuff. And he did actually adopt until the kid turned 18, and he's like, "Oh, I don't really care about you now." Just
Wow, that's wild, dude.
Yeah. Oh
Crazy,
no,
man.
it's
Crazy.
yeah. Yeah, if there's one thing, when I do stand-up comedy, acting, podcasting galore. Me and Tony been doing this for a little bit of time, but if there's one thing that you get used to in the entertainment industry, is being used for a certain purpose, and then if that purpose does not exist anymore, they shove you to the side until you're brought back again, or or whichever. But
Hmm.
no, the business world and coaching and men's groups, all of that is kind of worth it at the end of the day. Have you ever heard those kind of horror stories, Davidson, or is it more like just you know, a, a different
What you described sounds exactly like corporate. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, in the self-development world, I think comedians also have have gone through a lot. That's why they get off on people laughing at them. So, I do think you do meet interesting folks in the self-development world that I thought I had a bad life, and then I hear all these crazy stories, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually like the sane one
You
in
ever
this
feel like
group.
you need to improv some more terrible things in your life just to fit in with them, or no?
I do think
You're like,
that's
oh,
that's
Oh
funny.
no, I just cut myself with a chainsaw.
he used to beat us with a knife too. Fuck knife. Fuck.
that he made by himself with the tooth of a narwhal.
That's a good point. I do think, you start to realize like how crazy everyone is, and then you're like, oh, okay, like shit, this
Epstein
is
Island
life.
got more press than Elizabeth Smart because one involved a beach full of rich people, and the other one was just a basement in Utah. I mean, holy shit.
That's true.
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing it out there.
Hmm. No, that's deep stuff. Yeah. I do feel like being in the world, like you hear about all these crazy like comedians and their stories, and you're like, oh shit, like damn, like that's some crazy shit that has happened. So I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to comedians because it just makes me feel normal.
That's why I'm friends with Kevin. Shut.
Yeah, Tony
Touche.
also does his part in stand up as well. But the thing is, we do talk on the phone to a point where all of those conversations have to stay completely secretive because we talk about some terrible, terrible things in this whole
Horrible shit.
unimaginable. And we'd be, I don't want to say we'd be canceled. We would just be used as the example of what abusive mental abuse sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of example sake. So Davidson, if you could coach any celebrity,
Ooh.
who would you coach?
Huh.
Mind you, they probably don't need you because they're already a celebrity. But
Yeah.
if you find one
Huh.
celebrity right now that is holy crap, who would you coach and what would you specifically coach them in?
Like someone who I believe I could help, or just someone who has an
Madonna.
interesting life. Who is
Yeah,
that?
like someone that you
What?
someone that you specifically think that not only can you help, but you've seen it and you said,
Brittany.
Hmm.
What?
all he
Yo,
or
what's
she
going on with
is.
Brittany? She's like, yeah, dude.
What the fuck do you mean what's going on with Britney? That's the fucked up thing, man. Britney Spears is as normal as you get for being
Yes.
through her exact lifestyle.
Preach on,
Yeah.
brother. Preach on.
That's true. She's been through some crazy shit with the
Yeah, dude,
conservative.
like everybody that she's ever trusted wanted to fuck her over or have sex with her. There's no
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
ground. So now she gets on Instagram and she finds a way to give everybody a free dance show to what she likes as far as music and stuff. And they're like, well,
Yeah.
what a crazy whore. But if she did that on stage and you paid $3,000 ticket for it, you'd be like, go, go, go.
Yeah, with
Amazing.
sometimes knives and or devil costumes.
Yeah, knives, devil costumes. There's a lot of stuff that Gwar did back in the day when they dressed up like a circus animal and shit. Kiss wore makeup and sang the same fucking Nickelback songs possible. Basically, Kiss was the Nickelback with makeup.
Yeah.
It was a
And then she'll write a memoir about it.
More times because I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Give me a
But
fucking
Kevin,
break.
it wasn't in the memoir.
What's that?
It should be in the memoir.
She did put in the memoir, but then again, she had to block out a lot of memories because of the torturedness that she's been through. I can't give Brittany any better advice than what she's been doing right now, to be honest. Britney Spears is crazy. You're out of your goddamn mind, Davidson. Out of your mind.
I would choose Brittany. I think that would be a fun project to work on.
Yeah, but where would you start first is the question.
Yeah, she's gone through some shit, yo. I think just like putting it all out there and just because I mean, I guess she does put it all out there, right? But I think just like sitting down and just like processing everything at once, like it just seems like she still hasn't quite. I mean, I guess it's hard to understand what she's gone through because not many people have gone like she's gone. Like it's hard that level of fame, right? For other people to understand what it's like to go from that and then to go to to nothing essentially. So
Well,
man,
she's
that
got
is a
her
tough
husband
one.
right now, or ex-husband, I should say, trying to rape her of all of her money, right out the bat, even
He's
though she
trying to
did
take a
sign a
big chunk of
prenup.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I would have to think about that one. That's a tough
So,
one.
Davidson, if there is any dead historical figure that you feel like you can coach and change
Ooh,
their lives for the better, so that way it changes
oof,
history for the better, who would that
damn.
dead historical figure be? And it could be anybody.
I think Anthony Bourdain would be interesting.
You would
Ooh.
coach Anthony Bourdain on how not to hang himself, even though your last name is Hang? Come on, Davidson. What the fuck? That's a
The hangman is telling you
what kind
not
of
to
shit do you think we're
David
running here?
Carradine yourself.
I
You know, like,
mean that the lady that he dated definitely did some work, right? So it would have to be something around that because clearly that relationship
he did.
was
He would
not.
explain to her what he's cooking to her on the phone, and she would take a dick out of her mouth and be like, "Sounds good." Get back to it, you know. At least the world could be annoyed with Guy Fieri, which kind of resembles what a 5-year-old sounds like in the back seat when you refuse to take them to McDonald's. You know, and just like, I want to go to Flavor Town. Shut the fuck up! I will kill you right now. Ah, you know, just one of those things. You know, it just reminds me of that terrible story where the guy still went in and ate pancakes, and he's like, he looks in the back, he's like, my baby's not breathing at all, and he's like, well, you know what? I'm gonna eat some pancakes because fuck it, and goes in and eats some IHOP. You remember that story or not?
No, I don't know that. That's
Oh man,
crazy.
it was such a horrible story. So they said
I
they
believe
had
it
him.
though.
So he left his baby in the car, right? Baby had been dead, and he, the parking lot saw him look in the back, and then, after some time, get up and leave his car, go into the IHOP, eat several pancakes, stay in there for an hour, and then go back and say, "Oh, I guess my baby had because of the heat from the car on the way there."
Oh my
But he also
God.
said that he brought the baby in with him, which was also a lie because it was caught on camera. If there weren't all these cameras around, dude gets away with it.
Man.
And he's just like, so I wonder how many.
Damn you, corporate IHOP. Why can't you be more like Waffle
Well,
House?
no, thank you, IHOP, because the guy's last meal was IHOP, where,
He
was
hopped
the
away
last-
into prison.
what was the last meal you remember having before you had to worry about getting raped by some guy, every
True,
day.
true.
No. Sparky, turn that board around. You've been dying for us right now to do that. What's going on?
On the big board, it says, "Hi, Brittany. I'm Davidson Hang. Let me help you.
Okay.
Put down the money gun, Sparky." "Oh, that is okay, Dave. I'm hanging already."
No. See,
Damn.
as you can see in the picture, if you're wondering who is who in the picture, I'm guessing Britney Spears now has orange hair because Sparky's markers are around it. Sparky's got the goatee, and then then Davidson is the guy behind Sparky. Davidson, are you taller than Sparky? How tall are you?
I don't think I am. I'm 5'4".
5'4"? Okay, all right. So you are standing up then, right?
I am. I am.
Damn it.
And how tall is your wife? She's shorter then, right?
She is. She's like 5 feet tall.
Is she there with you now?
She's chilling, watching Korean dramas.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So my girl does the same thing. She watches Korean dramas. I have to.
Really?
I always ask. Yeah, I always ask about it, and I guess they're super popular.
Oh boy,
And
Sparky, we're gonna get into a long conversation. Let's just sit back for a second.
actually, that was the end of the conversation, Tony. You just got like literally.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
That was a nod to Korean dramas out there. Whatever you're doing in Korea, South Korea, not North Korea, you're doing a great job. It's just
Well, Davidson, we're going to go into a little section of your in your current history, of course, with InLink. InLink. I know you've been doing a couple different things over there. Kind of describe on the corporate endeavor as far as InLink and what's been going on over there.
Are you talking about LinkedIn?
Or LinkedIn, sorry. Oh my God. Did I say InLink? LinkedIn.
Yeah, you did several
Yeah,
times.
yeah,
you said it in such stride that I
It
didn't
was
want to
such
stop.
Yeah.
fucking vigor.
It made me question. I was like, damn, am I working on the wrong website or something?
God damn
Like,
it.
that's crazy.
Sorry, LinkedIn.
Yeah. So I used to work at LinkedIn. So I'm a huge proponent of LinkedIn. I do think it's still a good platform, even though now there's a lot more spammers. I think there's just spammers like everywhere now, right? It's like gonna be hard to avoid that in general. Um, but yeah, it's a good platform. Newsletters is a popular one that I would definitely take advantage of. And they have this new thing called LinkedIn Top Voices, where you could be like a quote unquote subject matter expert in like these different kind of like forum, I guess, like similar to how Reddit does it, but LinkedIn has like a version of that now that's like AI generated. So you can get all these badges and it looks cool. It makes you feel like you're an expert in different topics like relationship building or motivational speaking or whatever it is that you're passionate about.
Business development.
Yep. I got one of those badges as well.
Yeah.
So should I create a LinkedIn? Is it a safe thing to do? Because I heard once you create a LinkedIn, you can never delete it.
Oh, I think you might be right.
I
mean,
have one that I just don't want to get rid of. I'm just like, will I ever use that? And then I get sent like 14 requests a week, I think, from LinkedIn.
Probably from your
podcast. Just wanna. I'm sorry.
Maybe from your podcast. No.
Oh, definitely from the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. The
LinkedIn.
podcast we've been actually on some documentaries. So if you like documentaries, we've been on a couple of them before. On how we met, how the things are, how we pick out guests for the episodes. That's on imdb.com. So it's tough to get away from that kind of stuff. We don't like to lean into self-promotion so much. We just share on Facebook, and we have a little bit of a following on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, all that nice stuff, all of the things. But Davidson, have you heard the big news? I want to get into this a little bit, Tony, because we'd be out of our goddamn minds right now if we didn't get into this one a little bit.
I'm ready.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are going to fight. Now, I know what you're thinking. You look to be a big fan of boxing. Am I wrong?
I like boxing. I mean, back in the day, I feel like nowadays, I don't know. It doesn't seem as big as it used to be. Like back when this sounds so cliche. I like Manny Pacquiao.
Years old. Mike Tyson is 57 years old.
Or as what's his name from the UFC, the head dude,
Dana White.
Dana White. Dana White. He goes, that guy's 60.
He's pushing 60 years old.
Yeah.
I've told Tony, I said the only way Jake Paul gets in the ring again with the celebrity is if he wants to go older and blacker and slower. Like he goes fucking Mike Tyson on this whole thing. And Mike Tyson, you can't blame him. He wants to do a couple things, stay relevant, maybe go back to jail if he takes off the gloves and starts strangling the kid. Because if he's losing, I don't think for a second that we can doubt exactly what Mike Tyson would do in the ring if he's losing and he has his ego, because Mike Tyson still has a very fragile ego about himself, as much as he likes to put it out there that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Him doing this proves exactly that he does have a very fragile ego. Dude, you were the champion for a little bit of time. You bit off somebody's ear. You were in the Hangover movies. You have your own brand of marijuana right now, and you go on some podcast talking about how fucked up your life was. Your stint as champion, Mike Tyson, I'm specifically talking to you, was never greater than George Foreman's stint as champion. George Foreman did it convincingly at the age of 48, 49, and 50. Jake Paul, get in the ring with George Foreman. He'll fuck you up. I guarantee it. He'll use a crossbow technique, and we'll get the same height advantage thing going on. The thing is, Mike Tyson, the last time he fought somebody this tall was Lennox Lewis in his prime, and Lewis took it to him hard. It wasn't even as like close of a fight. People were like, Tyson's going to knock him out. Tyson's going to do this. You are imagining a boxer that doesn't exist anymore. For every fan out there, Mike Tyson, I've seen him box before. The knockouts are insane to watch. They are very entertaining. That man doesn't exist anymore. He is a figment of your legendary imagination. So when to get in the ring with somebody who is basically 30 years younger than him, 30 years younger than him. And this kid can go to his second round without fucking having to take a cranberry pill or whatever the hell they might need to use for dialysis. This kid's going to go in there and he's going to jab around at him, soften him up. And by the way, Mike Tyson has everything to lose and nothing to gain in this situation. Everything to lose and nothing to gain. Jake Paul, everything to gain, and he's already insignificant in the boxing world besides this clown show he puts on every now and then. So, in conclusion, if you want to watch the fight, watch the fight. Go ahead. You're either going to watch one of three scenarios. Jake Paul win, Mike Tyson go to jail from strangling the kid on the goddamn ground, or they just call it off and everybody, complains or something stupid happens. Yeah. Some kind of decision.
Oh, Netflix. Oh, no, I want my money back.
Yeah. Oh, what a ripoff for a fight. They both had headgear on. They both had oversized gloves, and it was for charity and la, 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 and all that nice crap. Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's going to... I've had a lot of people come at me in the comments saying that Mike Tyson is faster than Jake Paul. There is no world that exists that a 57-year-old man is faster than an in shape 27-year-old man. See what I mean? Look at that.
I'm gonna be the doubting Debbie right here. And the only reason why I say that is because Jake Paul, even in his greatest time, will never be as fast as Mike Tyson. Not to say even in his prime, because you know what, Mike Tyson now is a sham of the man that he was, the killer instinct, the rabid bull-toothed shark that he used to be in the ring. Now, of course, Mike Tyson now, he's a puppy in comparison. But I don't think that Paul, even though he is a somewhat skilled fighter, is still not up to snub or up to par with a medium range to high level boxer even now.
I would say he's gotten better. If you've watched his fights, he has gotten exponentially better from what he used to be.
100%. 100%.
Not his brother Logan, but Jake Paul. Jake Paul's gotten much better than what he was as far as a boxer goes. He's got such height advantage on Mike that all he has to do is amateur foot movement and reach and reach and reach. Just don't let Mike get on the inside of you. And even if Mike did get on
if he smashes him up against the ropes or he hits him in the corner, he's just fucked. Absolutely.
I'm gonna doubt that Mike Tyson gets through this fight because he hasn't been really. If you saw the Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson bet, I think Roy Jones actually had him. If you watch the whole thing, you're like, man, I think the reason that they called it a draw is because Tyson's people put it together. My opinion, but that's just
and for charity.
Jake Paul, yeah, dude, he's never going to get to the point where Mike Tyson ever was, and neither is Mike Tyson from this point. He can't go back in time. But Davidson, if you were to coach, which one of these guys would you want to take on? Ooh. The fuck, that's already a lost cause project of the mental state of Mike Tyson, or shout out to Jake Paul, Davidson Hang. He's an okay hang, right? Would you want to play with the hangman here?
I'm a fan of Tyson. His biography was pretty interesting. Like, to your point, I mean, obviously, but I mean, hey, like if he goes crazy, if like a switch flips off in his brain, like you never know, man. Like that guy, like I wouldn't. Yeah, he is a lot older though, so man, that's a tough one. But I would choose Mike Tyson just because he's like super interesting dude, and he's gone through some crazy shit.
This is going to remind me more of the Larry Holmes Muhammad Ali fight, when Muhammad Ali, although he trained, he was just, his body was way too old to be in the ring doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he was just there. He was there, punch in the face, punch in the face. He's there.
So
Come
sad.
on, Holmes. I want Holmes. And they're like, does he not know who he's in the ring with right now?
Now, Kevin, I've heard some crazy stories about the contract that has been going on with this particular fight.
Okay.
Now, I had heard through the grapevine that in this contract, there is a stipulation where Mike Tyson needs to be tested, but Paul does not pre-fight.
Interesting.
It's a good possibility. Good possibility. Number two was that Paul also has the option to wear a helmet, a padded helmet, in this particular competition, just because Mike Tyson, who fights at the heavyweight level, and of course former champion, and also outweighs Paul as well. Mike Tyson has to get down himself to a certain weight limit for this particular fight. So number two and three, definitely. I heard something like way out in left field, that as far as having the brothers in his corner and doing something in particular with the fight as well, but I think that was a bunch of nonsense.
I think a lot of it sounds like a little bit of nonsense. So this is what I got from expressco.uk. I don't know if this is where you're getting it from, but this is Jake Paul is set to face Mike Tyson in a one-off boxing bout on July 20th, with the YouTuber set to receive a huge payday for the fight, but the rules have been branded a joke. Mike Tyson's upcoming boxing match with Jake Paul will feature the use of head guards and 18-ounce gloves. It's been claimed heavyweight boxer Derek, whatever the hell.
Might as well just punch him in the face with a pillow.
Well, he's going. They're both of them are going to have head guards on.
Yeah.
That is one proposed rule. It's not a definite rule. It's a proposed rule for the fight. The fight, which will see Tyson come out of retirement for a one-off contest against YouTuber turned boxer Paul, will be streamed on Netflix, and both men are expected to receive substantial paydays. The fight is scheduled for July 20th at the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium, where over 80,000 spectators are expected. However, British heavyweight Chisora has claimed that he knows what rules will be put in place for the bout and has labeled them a fucking joke. Speaking, by the way, when a 27-year-old is fighting a 57-year-old, I think it's already a fucking joke.
Touche.
We're at that point.
Not
We're
wrong.
already there.
Yeah.
The rules are to protect the punchline. There you go. Speaking to reporter Radio Raheem, said, I know for a fact they're using 18-ounce gloves and head guards, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. So we're watching a sparring match. It's a fucking joke. You think I'm paying to watch that? Well, if you are watching Netflix, you're only paying $16. So fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Like boxers usually fight with 8-ounce or 10-ounce gloves. Well, boxers aren't usually able to collect AARP magazines at the age of fucking 55 as well. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, Medicare.
This guy, I'm gonna stop reading because it's almost like he's angry no one is going to be murdered during this entertainment bout.
Pretty much.
How dare they?
And see, the big thing is that even with Paul, people want to see him get hurt so bad.
Yeah.
There's a good amount of people out there
they
that
want him hurt so bad that it.
I'm one of those people.
ancestors.
That's
Davidson Hang wants to see. Sparky, flip that board around right there. Help me, Logan, from the top with a chair. That's probably why. That's
what happened.
We have to bring up one more major event that happened in the news today. And Davidson, you might have a take.
And wait, brought to you by Prime.
Brought to you by Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime.
No, Prime Drink.
Prime Drink?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's everywhere now.
That's where Logan Paul gives his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one more thing to kind of bring up here. The State of the Nation. Did you did you see that there, Davidson, or no?
I'm so bad. It's like I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Davidson,
Uh,
you're anti-American.
ah,
Ah!
You could say that. I'm reading a book talking about how we're getting away with the empire that is United States. It's pretty interesting.
Davidson, you're doing too much reading, not enough living.
yeah.
I do
Always
read a
got your
lot.
head in the book. Where's book learning ever got you?
That's why he's so smart.
Smartest guy I know.
I know.
No.
No, definitely not.
Continue on, please.
So Joe
Yeah, no
Biden made
kidding.
it through his whole State of the Union address without pooping or peeing himself, which is going down as the longest a senior at the age of 82 has been able to hold a captive audience without making a noise that sounded like a fart. The people behind him did not make a look on their face like they smelled some gas coming out of his ass. And more importantly, others were worried about it being too repetitive because from the last three, it has been that there is no inflation, that immigration is not a problem, and that his predecessor,
And
Donald
I've got
Trump,
this all under control.
got us all in this problem to begin with. He kind of mispronounced a woman. Ended up she was murdered by a person who is not a legal citizen of the country. Did not go through the legalization, and people in South Carolina are pissed. Well, let's be honest. Even if he was legal and Mexican looking, people in South Carolina would be pissed. Well, let's be honest. Even if he was legal, half Mexican looking, people in South Carolina would still be, well, fucking pissed. Well, let me be a little more honest. If this guy was 1/3 Mexican and completely legal, had a full-time job, and did some donations to the economy, anyways, South Carolina would still be pissed because it doesn't take a lot for them to get mad if you're a little shade different. If you catch my drift. If you don't, there is a racism problem in South Carolina, and for them to be angry over a differently raced person besides white Anglo-Saxon Protestant coming down there and murdering a woman, boy, were they even more angry when Joe Biden, the president, called the girl by the wrong name, Lincoln Riley, who was actually the head coach of Ole Miss, the college football team. Old Lincoln Riley. Nancy Pelosi addressed this by saying she didn't think he should have called the murderer illegal. That was what they took from it. And if this doesn't spell out of touch holy shit, then I don't know what does. Nancy Pelosi, by the way, is making everyone that is following her trades on Twitter millionaires overnight. And that's what's probably driving up inflation. Because more poor people that do have money, we get a little bit closer to the rich and they drive up the prices to try to drive the money right out of our wallets into their leveraged positions, if that makes any sense right there. And if it doesn't, imagine for a second if companies were actually caring about their employees, we would have seen all the money that was spent during Super Bowl commercials, specifically Dunkin' Donuts. They would put that right back into fucking training how to make me a black coffee the right way. And don't touch anything else. Just put the fucking lid on the goddamn thing. What are you doing? Why is the lid going on the floor? Don't pick it up and put it on there. I'm not the asshole. Regardless.
What is this, Wendy's?
Dunkin' Donuts, it's almost like a thing.
Damn it.
What they put in the
Repetitive.
Repetitive. Now, Joe Biden, for some odd reason, was in two little areas right there. He was deemed to be too old and dementia riddled or whatever to actually stand trial in his son's case for tax evasion, money laundering, and et cetera, all that nice crap. But he was just deemed fine to run for president of the United States while Donald Trump was actually allowed to stay on every ballot because, well, he used to be a president, whether popular or unpopular. Donald Trump, if you're a fan of him, whatever. If you're not a fan of him, whatever. I'm not worried about that. What it comes down to is that when we see a Donald Trump rise to the top of all American politics, this is a red flag signal telling us that both parties are so goddamn corrupt that a person like Donald Trump, speaking in vague connotations of with us or against us, is basically a put your George W. Bush on steroids version for the Republican Party that no one ever saw coming, except for the poor people that voted for him that have been having everything taken off of them since day one and day two and day three. And just when they think they're getting a little bit ahead, and they have a couple questions about what's his face, Jeffrey Epstein's body being there or not being there, everybody's told to shut the fuck up and wash your hands, stay 6 feet away from each other, put a mask on. Because we don't know how easy it was to trick Donald Trump into shutting the whole world down. All they had to do was say to him, well, there was something invisible that came from China and Mexico. Corona's Mexican, right? And by the way, it can jump to anybody. It was just a reverse psychology game by the end of it, where they tricked him into shutting it right down. It was Russiagate 1, Russiagate 2, and Rachel Maddow, aka the lesbian version of Keith Olbermann, came out and couldn't just get Russia out of her mouth. Well, if I'm Russia and I want to fix an election, Davidson, the first thing I want to do is make sure that my boy wins the goddamn popular vote. That he didn't. That's why I said to myself, there is no way that they could care to fix an election like that. If anything, this shows exactly what happens when Hillary Clinton doesn't pick Bernie as their vice president. People sat at home. They were not enthused by Tim Kaine. Who would be? Instead, you got Donald Trump, aka, oh, we're going to build a fucking wall. And then fucking Mike Pence trying not to take a heart attack while talking to Jesus, and his wife cheating on him with
then
people
talking shit on top of Trump and behind his back anyway.
Oh yeah, dude. They were doing that the whole time. What I am saying though is the State of the Union was exactly what you would have thought it would be. It's a person bragging about nothing while doing absolutely nothing specifically for everyone's lives. It's the Supreme Court basically having full control over ultimate decisions that, like whatever, for a woman's choice to have an abortion or not to have an abortion, which in my opinion, in a philosophy opinion, there is never the right choice to have an abortion, but the choice must be given to find out exactly who real mothers are and are not. You want them to be in the game. The same way you want to have give somebody the choice to join the army or not join the army. You don't want to draft them in there. Their heart's not in it then. And then you don't get proper results from that area. Just my opinion as a philosophy standpoint. End of rant, Tony.
You're good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure? We have a guest, right?
I'm sorry, Davidson. I just had to get that off my if you'd like to add anything in there, go for it.
What I got from this is I need to turn on the TV every once in a while.
Get out of a goddamn book and go watch some TV.
Yeah, man, I've been
go outside to go do something.
Listen, every book that was worth it, they turned into a movie.
Touche.
I know what you're thinking. Quote. Wait a second. What about the Bible? Been done a million times.
Who needs to go outside and breathe fresh air when you have books that are made from trees?
Air and water. It's no good for you out there. You gotta get the purified air inside of your house and go to your sink and you get some purified.
Oh yeah,
water.
Kevin. Well, what's the book made out of?
Book is made. I don't know. I have an ebook.
Trees and water.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Wood pulp
Paper
and water.
books are made out of trees and water. You can make them out of hemp. Back in the day, they used to just carve a book on a wall. It stayed there. It's the way we like it.
The hieroglyphics.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, that was good times. Do you ever get into those kind of conspiracy theories, Davidson, or no?
No, I hear there are some pretty wild conspiracy theories out there.
What is one conspiracy theory that you have heard that you are
I'm ready for this one.
That it is true.
Ready. That it is true?
Yeah, what one conspiracy theory have you heard ever, and you are 1,000% sure that it is true?
1,000%.
1,000%. You are balls deep in it. You know that this is true.
Damn. Oof.
I'm talking full in. You are strapped in, strapped down. You are all 100% in.
Yeah. COVID is a conspiracy. I'm a firm believer of that.
Which part of it? What is
it? All of it.
All of the things.
All of the things.
Yeah. All of it.
See, now, speaking of conspiracy theories, right? Tyler Owens from Texas Tech. Good old Texas Tech. You know what? Texas Tech has some great students there. They're fantastic school, technical university. And then, of course, Tyler Owens, who plays for the Texas Tech football team, specifically said, I don't believe in space. I think that there's I don't think that there's other planets and stuff like that. Officially, as his conspiracy theory.
Okay, that one takes it.
He doesn't think that there's planets in our solar system, in our galaxy, in our universe.
It's the
He
I've
thinks
heard
it's
that
just all
conspiracy
made up,
theory
all of it.
before. It's called the fake space. Fake space.
Space, yes.
Yeah. And they think that all of space is fake. Bunch of bullshit.
Everything around us is a giant TV screen just around the Earth.
What do you think about that, Davidson? Huh? You buying into it?
I believe in dark matter. I think there's life outside of this Earth for sure. The probability says so, I would say. Yeah. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. I don't know. Have you guys ever watched that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there might be. Have you ever heard the aliens aren't really aliens, but they are just us that are time travelers?
Ooh.
You ever hear that one or no?
Oof, yeah, that's a good one. I believe that. I think once we get to manipulate that, we can make that.
Have you ever heard about the simulation theory or no?
Oh, that one freaks me out, man.
I love that one. That is one of my favorite ones out there. Honestly, I buy into it only because
I'm going to throw out this conspiracy real quick. I hope you're ready. Because scientists everywhere both agree that you cannot create time in a backwards manner. You can only create time in a forward manner, right? So if you manipulated time in a forward manner, how would that affect the body, the mind, the soul, the body in general? And how would that coincide with alien life forms or alien-like people on the body as they traveled forward? So let's say that there are people who are already, let's say, 30 years behind us, but traveled to the sun or traveled to a black hole in an amount of seconds. That would be years for us and seconds for them. And then they return, but how would that toll react on the body? Therefore, their alien-like structure is something different, therefore creating aliens. That's the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I think
no, Davidson's out. It's like, that sounds stupid.
I think there's a lot of things we can't explain yet, right? There could be string theory, there could be like the wormhole, there's a lot of things that we don't. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's too, I think we don't know. We're not quite there yet. But
I'm checking out your website right now here, Davidson, and it says your journey, our experience navigating success together. Join the 100 million lives movement and turn dreams into tangible reality. David, what is the 100 million lives movement? And why couldn't it be 101 million lives? Hell, why couldn't it be 102 million lives? Even a better question, 103 million lives. Why would you stop at 100 million lives?
I'd be content with 100 million. I think that's a good goal to go for.
There's always that one. There's always that extra one that tried to get through the door. Like, please, but me too. Like, get out of here.
We're already at our
100 million, you prick. What do you think this is? A charity? Community is a space to connect, share, and grow together, fostering an environment rich with collaboration and support. Online courses,
like LinkedIn already.
Yeah. The online courses are embark on a journey of learning with our online courses tailored to empower you with knowledge at your own pace and comfort. Now, Davidson, pace and comfort is not about coaching. They cannot be at their own pace. And comfort. Come on now.
You need to push.
Yeah.
So right after the pace and comfort, we have accountability.
Oh,
Well, hold on now. That doesn't sound like I got a pace or comfort idea. Embrace accountability and shared motivation to
accountability.
achieve your goals. Join our
Goals!
100 live. Discover your path to courage, connection, and authenticity. Yeah, I'm telling you. As your mentor and big brother. All right. Just in case you're a kid out there and you need a big brother, right?
What? Big brother?
I'll guide you through life's challenges with holistic coaching and community support, helping you achieve your personal and career milestones. Our vision, envisioning a world where everyone is realizing their inner potential. And
if you haven't noticed, I'm trying to be your hype man.
I'm
I know that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I want you to change the vision, though, Davidson. Our vision, envisioning a world of 100 million. Stop there. What are you, fucking Thanos here?
Not one hair over.
We're only 100 million. Jesus Christ. This is a very great picture of you, though. You have a very good picture that is really nice, and you have Kaylee.
You're very photogenic, Davidson.
I mean, it's an amazing picture. He's got a great smile on him. I was so incredibly lucky to get to work with Davidson during his time at Coach Hub. His positive attitude, sense of teamwork, and sales prowess would be a fabulous addition to any workforce. Davidson cares deeply, not only about the organizations and products he promotes, but also the people he works alongside.
Of an angel.
Now, Davidson, is that all true, or is she kind of fabricating a little bit?
She was a client of mine when I was at a company called Coach Hub. She was the chief people officer at a company called Olo, which is the company that connects. You know how like you order a lot of meals online, and then it's the e-commerce behind a lot of these like fast food places.
Did your wife give you a good compliment on here, or no? Did she write you a good review?
No, my wife is not a fan of how much time I spend reading books and how much time I spend coaching.
Oh my God.
How dare
she's like, babe, don't forget about me. But yeah, every marriage has its like.
Look, you have to get that intertwining of business and personal life. Very important.
Yeah.
So your basic package, your one-time basic package. Should I yell out the prices here or no?
Yeah, sure.
Davidson's package.
So Davidson's package is priced like this. It may seem surprisingly large. We didn't think it'd be this big, but it includes a lot. Okay.
How big is Mr. Hang's package?
Well, let me tell you what it includes first. It includes access.
We are ready. We are ready for this
it
package.
Includes access.
Is it a package deal?
My God. It includes access to online course, monthly group coaching sessions, email support, and self-paced. The basic
sounds girthy.
Yeah, the basic. It is. It's got a lot. It's got some veins to it, Tony. Many canals. A lot of stuff going on there. And this is just for the basic patch. One time only. A wham bam thank you, ma'am, of packages. Some would say. I did. It's $750 for the basic package right there.
Hung by the chimney with care.
And you know what? You know how you can tell this is something that people are in line for? It says join waitlist.
Join now.
You gotta fucking wait for this package if you catch my drift. You ain't just coming up your door with it, right?
It is not coming snail mail.
Yeah. Now the regular package, which is a step up from basic right there, is twice as much. So you get twice as much. It's $1,500, personalized coaching, goal mastery, exclusive tools.
It's coming just as fast as you can press that button.
Yeah, you know how you can tell? Because it says get started. So right when you press this, it comes right at you.
All it takes is the one lick of the finger.
It's not straight weekly, it's bi-weekly, so that's okay. Personalized goal setting and tracking, access to exclusive resources, and then, of course, you have the premium package.
Ooh. Mr. Hang's premium package.
I think we can call him with this premium package Hung. Okay. Unlock the growth with weekly coaching. This is $2,500 a month.
Wait, did you say grope?
Growth.
This
is $2,500 a month, Tony. $2,500 a month is the premium package. So he comes to your house and lives with you for this much.
That's true. Save a room.
And
Maybe two.
really just gives you all of his life.
Immersive. It's immersive.
Fills you up. Some
Yes.
say too much.
Maybe
with that
hours,
one, yeah.
days, weeks, months. All with the hang.
This is a very I like the one streamness to the mobile site. I like the very one streamness. This is very easy to navigate. You can you can email him at dh@davidsonhang.com. It's dh@davidsonhang.com. davidsonhang.com is the internet address, is the address. So you can find it on the Podguyz podcast Facebook fan page as well. If you're listening to it on Spotify, just look up Davidson Hang. It's exactly how it sounds. And if you need,
can I say it in my radio voice right now?
We'll get you there.
Come on, can I say it in my radio voice right now?
Do it up.
That's right. You can go to dh.davidsonhang.com.
Pretty solid.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Good times. Davidson, how would people? Well, I know how people would get in touch with you.
Well, we went through all of that right there, and they can hang out.
I don't even have to say, but Kevin asked this epitome question, and it is an epitome question that he asks every guest that we have on this show.
Have to,
and
yeah.
I don't know if you have ever watched the show to completion, but when we have a guest, we always ask this question in general. Kevin, please lead us on.
Now, Davidson, you have coached many, many people through success in their lives. You've seen the ups and downs of the corporate world. You've been everywhere in this world except for where
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Throughout
your 36 years on this earth.
This planet.
At this exact moment, would you
this moment in time,
would you count being on the Podguyz podcast as the peak?
The epitome.
It was definitely the funniest and the most I've ever laughed in my life. This pretty legit.
All right. I'm gonna take that as a yes. It's all downhill from here, right?
That's 2 guests in a row.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
For some people say no, we all know that they're liars and they, or optimists or whatever. Things will get better.
They think there's higher ground than here.
How
could you be at the top and then get more on top? You can't. You're at the peak.
The zenith.
The zenith. You are at the apex, sir. You are.
This is it. This is no going back now.
This is your moment.
Gotta cherish it. Gotta take it in.
Davidson branding, mechanics, how to get your life together. Get in touch with Davidson Hang, please. Just do it. It will change your life forever. He has a list of clients from here to there.
Well, I look at it like this. Why are you over there trying to spend your own money like a failure? Because you're not good at it. You give
loser
$750. You wait for that basic package to come by. You stick to what he tells you to do.
You stick to Hang's package like glue.
The courses are going to pay for themselves like lube.
Touche. I love that. Thank you.
Guys, we are the Podguyz podcast. Sparky, where can you happen to find us, sir? Oh, you have a picture. Oh, you have a picture. Let's see what you got, Sparkles.
Oh my God, Madonna's delivering the package. Airman!
Ah, how dare she? It's not snail mail, it's the air trail mail. She leaves her funk around like pustules. How dare she? Guys, we're the Podguyz podcast. I'm Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, the ever-loving Picasso, Les Barque. Guys, make sure you tune in every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. We had a great time. Check out Davidson Hang. Great guy. Even if you just want to talk to him, get him on your podcast. Do it. Get in touch. Guys, have a great night. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.